It was 1:07 a.m. when my phone buzzed. A soft vibration against the nightstand just loud enough to wake me. The screen glowed in the dark room, painting the ceiling in pale blue light. Stayed to help a coworker. That was it. No punctuation, no name. No details. My wife Samantha never worked late on Fridays. Her office closed at 9. She hated staying back even an hour longer than she had to. And yet here she was, texting at 1 in the morning, like it was nothing unusual. Something inside me, that quiet, gnawing instinct you can't reason with, stirred. I didn't reply immediately. I just stared at the message, reread it 3, maybe 4 times. Then I typed a single word. Okay. It was the kind of reply meant to test, not to comfort. A calm surface with a storm brewing beneath. A few seconds later, I saw the typing dots appear. Then vanish. Then appear again. And vanish once more. She didn't send anything back. I turned off the screen and lay there, eyes wide open, my heartbeat too loud in the silence. The house felt strange, too still, too hollow. The kind of silence that makes you hear every thought echo back at you. For 15 minutes, I debated calling her. Then I reminded myself of her temper, how she'd accuse me of being controlling or insecure. So I didn't. I waited. By 1:30, curiosity had evolved into something heavier. So I got up, poured a glass of water, and sat at the kitchen table with my phone in my hand. Her coworker, Ethan, came to mind. The guy she always claimed was harmless, married, just a friend. He'd once hugged her too long at a Christmas party, the kind of hug that feels more like a promise than a greeting. I'd noticed it. So had she, but I had let it slide. Because that's what you do when you trust someone. You silence your doubts for the sake of peace. At 1:48, the front door suddenly rattled. Keys fumbled. Then the door flew open. Samantha stepped in, hair messy, eyes wide, breathing fast, like she'd just run a mile. "Why are you awake?" she asked. Her voice trembled slightly. I didn't answer right away. I just looked at her. She dropped her purse on the counter, too fast, too careless, and began to speak before I could. Ethan's car broke down near the old bridge. I stayed to help him call a tow truck. It took forever. I said nothing. My silence made her keep talking, filling the air with half explanations and jittery laughs. Then her phone buzzed again. She froze. So did I. I looked down. The screen lit up between us. And there it was, Ethan's name. She grabbed it before I could read the message. But I saw the preview flash for half a second. "Can't believe you left so suddenly." She locked the phone, hard. Our eyes met. For a moment, no words existed. Just the quiet hum of the refrigerator and the sound of her uneven breathing. Then she whispered, "What did you see?" I leaned back, calm. The kind of calm that frightens people more than anger ever could. "Enough," I said. Enough to know I shouldn't have to guess anymore. Her face drained of color. She started pacing, muttering excuses that made less and less sense. Something about misunderstanding, something about timing, but the truth was already alive between us. She stood there, trembling. The clock on the microwave blinked 2:01 a.m., its green light the only witness to the slow collapse of everything we'd built. Her eyes darted between me and the locked phone in her hand. For a second, I thought she might actually confess, but instead she whispered, "It's not what you think." I laughed once, low and bitter. "Then tell me what I should think, Sam, because right now it looks exactly like what I think." She swallowed hard, then said, "He just needed help. He's been going through a divorce, and he didn't have anyone else to call." I tilted my head. "And you're the one he calls at 1 in the morning?" Silence. Her face twisted in guilt and defiance, a blend I'd seen before. Years ago, when she lied about quitting smoking, about a raise that never existed, about small things that didn't matter. But tonight wasn't small. "Why did you come running home after my reply?" I asked. "You didn't know I saw the text, yet suddenly you're panicking, racing through red lights to get here." "Why?" Her lip trembled. "Because I thought maybe you'd misunderstand. Or because he texted you that I replied," I said, my voice steady. "And you realized your story didn't hold up?" She looked like she'd been slapped. Then her phone buzzed again. Another message. "Ethan, we should have deleted the messages." "He knows." The sound that left her mouth wasn't a word. It was a gasp, small and broken. She turned her face away, but it was too late. I stood, walked to the counter, and set my phone down beside hers. The two screens glowed side by side. Proof and pretense, truth and denial. You know, I said quietly. It's strange. I used to worry that losing you would destroy me. Now I realize the real damage was believing you'd never hurt me. Tears slipped down her cheeks. I didn't mean for it to go that far, she whispered. How far did it go? I asked. Her silence was my answer. For a long time, neither of us spoke. The only sound was the ticking of the clock and the faint hum of a world that kept moving while ours stood still. Finally, she said, Please, can we talk about this in the morning? I shook my head. No, because in the morning you'll find new words. Softer ones that make you look like the victim. Her shoulders sagged. What do you want me to say? The truth, I said. For once, she took a deep breath. It started a few months ago. He made me feel seen. You've been distant, working late, barely talking to me. I didn't plan it, it just happened. I felt something inside me snap, not in anger, but in clarity. That's what betrayal really is. Clarity delivered too late. I nodded slowly. So when you said you were helping a coworker, what you meant was you were helping him forget his wife and yourself forget me. She broke down then, sobbing into her hands. I didn't move to comfort her. Not this time. I walked past her toward the front door and said quietly, You don't have to come home next time. Tell him that. She lifted her head, panic in her eyes. Please don't do this. Don't throw everything away. I turned the knob, paused, and said without looking back, You already did. The door closed behind me with a soft click, the sound of an ending that didn't need shouting. Outside, the night was still. The air smelled of rain and something final. I got in my car, started the engine, and just sat there for a moment, hands gripping the steering wheel, heart strangely steady. My phone buzzed once more, her name flashing on the screen. I stared at it until the call ended. Then I drove, not fast, not furious, just far enough to remember what peace sounded like when it wasn't pretending to be love.